What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again. And this is what we at here. So, yes, of course, apparently, this is, breaking things like that, going viral. Apparently, one of the escapees from the Louisiana Parish Prison that escaped, I think it's about a week, maybe a week and a half ago, a little bit more. Apparently, he got somewhere to where he was able to, plead his case and post to the internet about what was going on and things like that. So we're going to go here now. We're going to see what the news reports has to say, and then we're going to also go to Anton Daniels' channel and see the angle of the actual footage. Anton Daniels played the actual video and stuff like that on his channel. So we're going to go here now. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Tonight, a new video circulating of one of the two New Orleans inmates still on the run.
They said that I broke out. I didn't break out. I was let out. My name is Antoine Massey.
The social media post appears to show 32-year-old Antoine Massey, who escaped from the Orleans Parish Prison with 9 other inmates on May 16th. Massey faces charges in multiple parishes. He's now claiming that many of those charges are false.
All allegations against me is false.
Authorities have not verified the authenticity of the video, but Massey's mother and pastor confirmed to NBC News that it's him on camera. The Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office says they're aware of the post and in a statement wrote, quote, "If the individual depicted in the video is indeed Antoine Massey, we strongly urge him to come forward and turn himself in to the proper authorities." Pastor Robert Brown says he's close with the family.
We're extremely happy that he's alive, and we are sure that at some point he's going to reach out to one of us to turn himself in.
Antoine's mother, Shakita Massey,
let me get her on the line,
telling us through Pastor Brown that she's begging her son to turn himself in.
If you do nothing else, do this for Mom, and I promise you, with every breath in my body that God give me, we're going to fight this out the right way.
Authorities are now offering up to a $50,000 reward for each of the 2 inmates who remains on the run.
All right, so this is where we at right here. You hear about the rewards, stuff like that. It is what it is, and definitely due to the muck of this situation and the way that things are going down, I really do think he needs to actually turn himself back in, but in a safe place. He needs to get in touch with that pastor and his mother and turn himself in a safe way. Since they're offering a reward out there, yeah, that can get very dangerous when they're offering rewards, man. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? People get greedy out there, things like that. You know what I'm saying? That can get very dangerous. So we're going to go here now. We're going to see the footage that Anton Daniels played on his channel and hear the young man speak about what's going on. Obviously, he has paperwork about his charges and things like that, that he's, trying to defend himself and things like that. So let's go here now.
I'm one of the ones that was let out of GC. What I want to talk about today is as far as why I was in Orleans Parish Jail. I was in custody for almost 8 months. All right, 6 months, something like that. I was in there for theft of a motor vehicle and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans Parish for. Okay, but before I was in Orleans Parish, I was in a jail called St. Tammany Detention Center. All right, St. Tammany Jail here and St. Tammany Parish. There's 2 different parishes, Orleans and St. Tammany. Okay, today what I want to talk about is that I was on 2nd-degree kidnapping, 2nd-degree rape, domestic abuse, battery involving strangulation, domestic abuse, battery, violation of protective order, right? On this woman right here, her name is Diamond White.
So he was in there for all of that on a Miss Diamond White. So he's trying to present paperwork, things like that. This shows that he may be innocent of these charges and things like that. It's crazy, but you know what I'm saying? Let's see.
District attorney dropped for him right here. And she's not a child, she's an adult, a full adult. I was dating this woman. This is a legalized affidavit saying all allegations against me is false. You remember, all allegations against me is false. I was nowhere around her or none of that during the timing of the date, which was November November the 10th of 2024. Okay, so I was in Centennial, right? And I was on a regular domestic charge, right? So they put a parole hold on me because I was on a domestic charge. So that being said, is that once that occurred, and the charges was refused or whatever, they shipped me to Orleans Parish where I had more open charges. It was the theft of a motor vehicle and the domestic abuse, battery, involving strangulation. So once I got in Orleans Parish jail, all right, I have from the district attorney's office, this woman who they say that I initially raped in another parish and in Orleans Parish, it's the same woman here. It's not different females, it's the same grown woman, not a child, a grown woman. Okay, she did the same thing in Orleans Parish, right? Correct. I'm about to show you how the system is corrupted. Okay, she did this, right? Saying all allegations against me is false, and she even saying it. You know, she let them know the truth that I never did this to her. I never hit her. I was nowhere around her. Nothing. She got mad and thought that I was dealing with another woman. That's why she did what she did to me. You know what I'm saying?
Lord, there we go. This is how women can hem you up out here. You know what I'm saying? And you know, due to the fact that we know a lot of shit has just hit the fan with a lot of these celebrities, stuff like that. Shannon Sharp, you know, Smokey Robinson, plenty of others, you know, all the way to Mr. Williams, you know, the football player. It's oh no, the basketball player. I'm sorry. It is what it is, man. These women can actually, you know, place charges, and you don't have to be, you know, like this dude is not rich. So whatever was going on in his relationship with this chick and stuff like that, you know, she was sour and, you know, she made these allegations and stuff like that. But this man is obviously showing paperwork that he has in his hand stating that these charges are not real. These charges are false and stuff like that. This is crazy. Hold on. Let's keep going.
Two things. System is corrupt. Be careful who you keep company with. These women will absolutely ruin your life for life.
True that.
Another thing too, once I got into Orleans Parish, I was there for like a month or something like that. Okay, a lot went on as that time progressed. Okay, if you was an innocent person and you know the judges and DA know that this person is saying that all the charges that you're on that you did not do, why was you still in jail? Louisiana have the highest incarceration rate in the world for putting black people away. Yes, at the end of the day, in my younger life, I'm not gonna lie, I was causing problems. I was young. My daddy got killed when I was 7 years old. My mom had to raise 4 children by herself, so I had to find a way to try to help my mother. You feel what I'm saying? But as time went on, the person that I once was, I'm not that person today. That is not who I am. I have a 3-year-old son. I have an 18-year-old daughter that graduated yesterday, supposed to be. At the end of the day, that people don't understand that they see that I'm armed and dangerous. I have a heart. People that know me know that at the end of the day, I am a good person. So I'm asking for help from the world, from Meek Mills, Lil Wayne, Young Boy,
Why do people always name a bunch of rappers? Why? That's a bigger.
Shutting down after a full day doesn't mean the work.
You know, hold on here.
Discuss this, and I'm gonna deep dive a lot more into this on the Millionaire Morning Show. But why is it that whenever people are looking for help, they always look to entertainers and rappers, or they look to popular figures? This just shows that we are broken as a culture. And yes, I think that a bigger conversation needs to be had about the incarceration. We're going to talk about it on the Millionaire Morning Show. I'm going to get my opinions off on After Hours tonight. But we only look to entertainers in order to try to have a conversation about how we need to reform change.
And, you know, I definitely, I agree with what Brother Anton's saying too. But here's my thought process on the situation. The only reason why I think, you know what I'm saying, individuals like Mr. Massey here is reaching out to those specific type of individuals is because, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, be honest with you, definitely, like he said, Lil Wayne. Okay, I'm just use that for an example. Lil Wayne is from Louisiana. So he knows how the system works down there. He's, you know what I'm saying, because he's from there. So yes, you know, and I get it, you know, I think that when this situation is happening and what Brother Anton is saying about, you know, why these individuals reach out to entertainers and stuff like that is because I think that in our community, that's the only stronghold that them type of individuals in that predicament see that they can get help from. I don't think they think to, you know, reach out to, you know, prominent black lawyers or anything like that. I don't think that they think that way in order to reach out like that. You know, I'm not saying that we don't have, you know, black lawyers and other prominent figures in the black community to reach out to, but with his situation and his background and where he come from, I think that he would have more, I guess you'd say, more in common with like Lil Wayne or Meek Mills, or, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, reach out to them. I think that's what he's thinking. So yeah, he's going forth to reach out to them quicker than he would, you know, a black lawyer that may not have, you know, the same, I guess you swagger, whatever. But yeah, I think that's what that really is, though.
Crazy. They would probably still be saying Jay-Z if Jay-Z wasn't, his character wasn't assassinated from, you know, these fake lawsuits.
Trump, I'm asking for these people. I couldn't even get a lawyer. I couldn't even afford a lawyer to prove my innocence while I was in Orleans Parish jail. They said that I broke out. I didn't break out. I was let out. My name is Antione Massey. The guy who said that I threatened him with a shank, the maintenance guy, how could I threaten you with a shank? If you can't come around me, you're a maintenance. You cannot come on the tills without a deputy being behind you. Because if they just let you on the till, you could be persuaded to bring drugs or anything like that nature. So
when the truth comes out, it is what it is. We do remember that I did my report on this situation on my channel. And yeah, they did say that the security guard was threatened by, you know what I'm saying, this gentleman here. You know, it is what it is, though. That's what was said. So, you know, now now that it's coming full fledged, I'm also wondering how he got hold to the paperwork, or did he already have his paperwork when he left? But see, this is the thing though too, which I'm curious about, and I'm gonna ask this question and get down in the comments and let me know. Okay, if he escaped and things like that, how did he have time to grab paperwork and all that other type of stuff? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when you do get released, they do give you your paperwork and stuff like that. They give you your paperwork to, you know what I'm saying, show up to court, the another appearance, or have, you know what I'm saying, whatever particular situation that you're in. You know, how does he have this paperwork that he's showing on camera now about the charges and all this other type of stuff? If you just escaping from your cell and things like that, like, you know what I'm saying, you're dipping. You're not. I mean, okay, let's keep going.
So how can I threaten you to jail you, and why you didn't notify the people, the police?
I agree.
That if I did threaten you, you never did that. Like, you flat out lied on me. Sterling flat.
Everybody be asking me, man.
Man, they are hitting me with commercials in this joint, man. Sorry about this, guys. It is what it is, though.
And I want to let the media know that from the street,
he about to become a popular cult figure.
That nature, of course they're gonna believe Sterling. You know what I'm saying? I never told Sterling nothing. I'm willing to take a lie detector test and everything behind that, but that's another subject. Orleans Parish is one of the corruptedest jails. That in St. Tammany Parish is the corruptedest jails in the state of Louisiana. Why was I even incarcerated with a woman saying that this never happened? This is this woman's name. This is the charge.
All right, so we pausing it here. Hold on.
This is about the shit in St. Tammany.
Hold on, we're gonna go back.
Why was I even incarcerated with a woman saying that this never happened? This is this woman.
All right, so you know what I'm saying. We see the information. Let's see. Client request form. You know what I'm saying? Request to speak to it. So.
Name. This is the charge, domestic abuse discrimination. This is about the shit in St. Tammany. Why would I, in Orleans Parish, why was I even in jail? That's what I'm trying to show y'all. That's why I left the jail.
I believe him, honestly. And I'm conflicted about the whole breakout situation. Now, I know that he probably, listen, I believe that he's telling the truth on every single one of these things. The question that we have to ask ourselves is, do we reform the justice system? How do we get these corrupted officials up out of there? That's A. And then B, how do you deal with a situation where he's seemingly innocent, but at the same time, he broke out of jail? I don't have the answer to that. I think that that's a deeper conversation.
They have a lot more brothers that's innocent, just like me, that's trying to prove their innocence. That's why they ran. Jason Williams, the sheriff, Susan Hudson, these people are corrupted. These people was talking to St. Tammany and telling St. Tammany they gonna sentence me behind this, and telling St. Tammany if they can't give me, St. Tammany gonna get me. You see what I'm saying? Behind a woman that's a grown adult that never stated that I ever raped her. They have a detective that's over the case, that's trying to pursue charges on me because of my prior history. Who I was in the past is not who I am today. So I'm asking for the media. I don't even have a lawyer to help me. I'm asking for help. That's why I ran. You feel me? I'm a grown man. I have kids. I have a mother. I have a baby mother, a child, my children mother. Like it's a lot going on. And that's
So this is where we are right here with this situation. Listen, look.
So what's the French coach is going to think about?
Yeah. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a lot of craziness going on. You know, obviously this young man has his paperwork and things like that to kind of show, but at the same time though too, legally, you know, like Anton said too, at the same time though too, it's you know, from the outlook of the situation, it's like he did escape. That's from the outward looking in. Now he's saying he was released, but at the same time though too, the public is like, yeah, you escaped. So it's crazy. And then too, he's like, he doesn't have a lawyer, things like that, which I don't know why he doesn't have a court appointed lawyer. You know, legally by the law, you're supposed to be appointed a lawyer by the courts if you can't afford your own. Technically, that's how it's supposed to go. So I'm not understanding that fact. He said he has no lawyer at all, period, to defend him when the state is supposed to provide him a lawyer if he can't afford one. Yeah, this is wild right here. And this is crazy, but you know what I'm saying? This young man obviously was able to get to a place to where he could get to media, to get to some type of video recording situation to where he can put his story out there. And be honest with you, he's the first one that escaped, or however you want to put it, from the jail that's actually speaking out and taking the time to, you know, speak out. I hopefully he makes a way to be able to turn himself back in peacefully and things like that to where they could actually go ahead on and legally figure this situation out. Yeah, man, it's crazy, but it is what it is though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.